Hello, setosorcerer here again, and finally Dungeoneering Batch 2 came out. Well, I think it's Batch 2 anyways. Basically, today Jagex released new floors, bringing the max prestige to 47. I'm going to be covering the basics, so let's get started. First off, the class rings from Batch 1.5 have finally been fixed. Now you can reset your ring once and only once. Once you reset, all tokens you spend will be refunded and will be added to your total. Now players can use their tokens wisely and use it on the role they feel that they will use the most. The next part of this update is how to deal with the new floors. Basically, after 69 is the Occult floors. From level 71 to 93 is where these new floors take place. If you have the levels for all or most of these floors, for the first time you want to follow these simple steps. Prestige run all the way until you get to your last floor on complexity 1. Once resetted, you can do any large floor in the new area and gain a lot of XP. Also, the smuggler now sells toolkits, which will help buying tools in the start easier. Inside the Occult floors, new monsters have been added. New Dungeoneering monsters like Necromancers, which summons the undead to attack you, and books which use magics. A total of 6 new bosses have been added to these floors. I'm going to cover how to kill them and what they drop. This boss has 3 monsters, one ranger, mage, and melee. Each one protects from a random combat style and switches every few seconds. The strategy is to get down the mage first, then range, then melee. This boss is similar to the Bulwark Beast, but you don't have to use a pickaxe to kill it. Basically, this boss protects from all combat, and the only way to disable his protection is to click the obelisk around the room. Having at least 2 combat styles is a must for this boss since the obelisks take a while to revive. This boss is a zombie, so watch out for his outrageously high defense. Even on complexity 1, his combat is extremely high. When he barrels on the ground, move away from the graves or flashing purple. Once he surfaces, never stand on the purple electricity slime. Having range is helpful since sometimes he stands on the slime and the meleeers can't touch him. You must range on this boss. This boss is behind some of the pillars and the only way to kill him efficiently is range. Mage works, but mage versus mage is not recommended. He summons the undead to attack you. He also uses earth surges and entanglements. Similar to the Night Gazer, this boss uses eyeballs to attack. He's easy, but don't let him sucker punch you with his eye. After he loses his first round of HP, his second form will appear. His outer shell will turn into spawns and then will attack you. Simply attack the main boss to kill him. Lastly, the hardest boss in Dungeoneering at the moment. When you enter the room, you'll see mages around him. Simply kill a few and Yk'lagor will emerge. He will kill the rest of the mages when he does. He has the power to grab you from a distance and bind you in front of him. During this time you can't fight back. Also, he has the power to use an earthquake, which hits pretty high. Even on complexity 1 he hits almost 500s. This hasn't been tested yet, but using a gate stone to tell you out of the room may help to prevent the earthquake attack. Lastly in the cover is the rewards. Today 5 new rewards have been released, and they are the Scroll of Efficiency. Pretty much this allows all players to use the scroll once used, has a permanent effect of saving a bar when smithing anything that requires 3 or more bars, such as Kai shields, plate bodies, etc. Herbicide. Pretty much what this does is you set a certain herb, when you get it as a monster drop it will automatically destroy and you get twice the XP if as if you're cleaning it. Magical Blast Box. Pretty much this stores cast of bolts and blast spells. You don't have to waste inventory for these. Unfortunately, they're only up to Fire Blast, which is really useless for members. Scroll of Rigor. Once used, the scroll will give you a permanent effect of the Rigor Prayer, which requires 74 prayer and 74 Dungeoneering, and it will give you 20% more range attack and 25% range defense when activated. Finally, the Ring of Vigour allows you to save 10% of any special attack. It is not melee only, but is all special attacks. I have tested the Ring of Vigour today. With a full bar, it leaves exactly 10% left. Using a magic shortbow, you're allowed to do 2 specs in a row. If you're using a DDS, even after all the specs, you'll be left with 10. Personally, I think this ring is very useful for rangers more than meleeers, since a lot of range specs take 55% instead of 50%, like claws. This ring also gives 3 strength bonus, so good fight berserker ring. I'm pretty sure it's going to crash big time in the upcoming days. Also, I did one floor on complexity 6 small rush, and I got around 11k XP. This was only a small rush with my friend One Man Army, so I would like to thank him for rushing through all the new floors with me. Also, I will post a link to a picture once I completed a large floor. I am estimating around 70k per hour now, but I'm not 100% sure until I give it a shot myself. I will give this update a 5 out of 5, and getting 99 Dungeoneering is going to be that much easier now. Well, this pretty much concludes this review and mini guide on Dungeoneering Batch 2. I hope that this helped, and I hope that I showed you all that was needed to be shown in this update. So, till next time, see ya.